So we talked about how to test if something is a function from a mapping or it's just a set of ordered pairs, just looking at the x-coordinate. If it repeats, it's not a function. And actually the exact same rule applies from a graph, but there's an easier way to tell. So again, the x-coordinates can't repeat. We're going to use something called the vertical line test, which really means we're just going to run a vertical line. We're going to imagine a series of vertical lines passing over that graph. And if it hits 2 points at the same time, so it's hitting a point there on the graph and hitting a point there, that means this is not a function. If I can pass a vertical line over each point on the graph and it only ever hits 1 point at a time, that means that is a function. So every single line that I drew, a vertical line is just a line that goes straight up and down. Every single vertical line that I drew hits 1 point at a time. It doesn't overlap like this one does. This one is a function. This one is not a function. If it passes the vertical line test, it's a function. So here I'm just going to show a few more examples of the vertical line test. I'm going to use this line and really just pass it over the entire graph, just going from left to right. I can see that it's just gradually flowing up and down, but it only hits 1 point at a time. This never intersects with 2 points on this blue line at the same time. That passes the vertical line test, and it's a function. I'm going to do the exact same thing here. I'm actually just going to pick 1 point at a time just because they're isolated, separate points. So 1, 2, all good so far. 3, 4, 5, 6. All 6 of those points have different x values. That's a function too. This one I can see is not. I can put that line right there and show that it's hitting this point and this point. That means there's 2 points at that spot that have the same x value, like this and this. You can clearly see that's 0, 1 and 0, negative 1. We have a repeating x value that makes this not a function. Same thing on this bottom right one. I can put that vertical line right there and see that it matches up with 2 of those points on that blue line, there and there, which means that is also not a function. And then one more. These are separate points. So again, I'm just going to count one at a time. That one. Actually, it seems like these two, that fails the vertical line test, which means that is not a function. Those both have an x value of 3. That's 3, 3. This one's 3, negative 4. They have a repeating x value, so that's not a function.